So, have you ever looked at a mission and thought to yourself, I want to make a mission myself? Ever wanted to practice fighting against a giant you keep dying to? Well, it turns out you can. Man vs. Machine missions run off of a population file. I'd recommend finding the Valve population files. I'll include a link to them in the description. Open Steam, right-click on Team Fortress 2 and choose Browse Local Files. Open the TF folder, then the Scripts folder and create a folder called Population. You copy all of the Valve missions into this folder. Then you copy one of the Valve normal missions and rename it to MVM _ map name _ mission name. Now open it. You will see this. Comment out the snipers. And do the same for the spies. Find the first wave, find the last bracket of the wave and get rid of everything after this bracket. Then add one bracket on the line after the wave end bracket. Get rid of every wave spawn except the first. Now you should have a single wave, with a single wave spawn. Now let's make the first wave. Let's look at the wave spawn. First we should choose what robot we want to spawn. First let's remove what is in between the TF bot brackets. We will replace them with heavies. Add the lines, class, heavy weapons, skill, easy. Class is what they are, skill is how well they perform as that class. Now we can choose where they spawn. By default this is spawn bot. Spawn points on Coal Town are spawn bot giant and spawn bot invasion. Spawn bot is here. Spawn bot giant is here. And here. Invasion is all three. Now for total count. Total count is the overall number of robots this wave spawn will spawn overall. Let's make it 20. Max active is how many robots this wave spawn will have active at once. Let's make it 5. Spawn count is how many robots will spawn at one time. Make it 2. Wait between spawns is how many seconds between each spawn. Make it 8. Let's visualize how this works. 2 heavies spawn, then another 2, then there need to be 3 or less heavies left before the next 2 spawn. This continues until all 20 heavies have spawned. Now, there are 2 more things that need our attention. Total currency is how much money all of these robots in this wave spawn drop. Make it 350. Name is important for wave structure, if it is absent add it. Give it something informative like wave 1A. Unfortunately 20 heavies alone do not make a wave. Let's give them some friends. Now copy the heavies wave spawn and let's change it to spawn scouts with bats. First off, write random choice before the TF bot brackets and add an open bracket. Then add a closed bracket after the TF bot brackets. Copy the TF bot and their brackets multiple times within the random spawn brackets. To replace the heavies with scout bats, replace the line class heavy weapons with template, T_TF bot _scout melee. This template can be found in robot standard.pop, if #base, robot _standard.pop or the giant version is absent from the top of the file. Add them. Tag NAV prefer flank left or right causes some of the robots in the wave spawn to take side paths. Now change the scout spawn properties to what I show. We want the scouts to start spawning later than the heavies. Once the scouts are set up, we have a wave. One wave isn't much though. Here's wave 2. Let's look at the wave spawn. This is a squad. This is the leader, these 2 follow the leader. What's important about a squad wave spawn is that the number spawned, max active, and total robots needs to be a multiple of the number of robots in the squad. The next wave spawn is Steel Fists. Note that this wave spawn has the same name as the previous wave spawn. This is important. Now, I know what we need next. Giants. Here are 2 giant pyros. They can be found in robotgiant.pop. Note these 2 lines. This means they have to wait for both the squads and the steel fists to die before arriving. Also, there is a giant soldier that has to wait for both giant pyros to spawn before spawning. And there we have it. Wave 2. But now time for something very important. Create a server on the map the mission was made. Make sure it has 32 slots and infinite round time. When you are there, go to the vote menu and choose change mission. If your mission is on the list, then you have named it correctly. You need to open your developer console, turn on sv_cheats, then type tf_mvm pop file, then your mission name after it. Check your console to see if there are any errors. If so, check the pop file for missing brackets, additional brackets, misspelled templates, or missing spaces. Reload your mission and type in the console tf_mvm jump to wave 2, then type currency give 700. Now you should be ready to test your mission. Once you have tested both waves, you will have a very basic mission. In future videos I will cover tanks, missions, support, maps, and best practices. Now have some extra footage.